Hey everybody, welcome back. We're going to be playing some JINX aggro today, and I did this specifically because I hadn't been climbing very effectively over the past few days, despite playing a few fun decks. But I wanted something that I could play on stream, and then also like later in the night or tomorrow morning, whatever it is, get in like a whole bunch of games and try to climb a little bit back to Masters, and then, mess around with some more fun decks once we get to Masters. And JINX has always been one of my favorite aggro decks. I was playing some Darius Nar this morning, and it was actually pretty good. I know on ladder it has like a 58% win rate, but it wasn't my favorite style. I think I might upload a video on it later, or maybe if this is a long stream, I might play a few games. But I really enjoy the style of deck for JINX. And this is an interesting list I found that was doing pretty well. It has a 65% win rate over 172 matches. And it has just a few different card choices that I thought would be interesting to bring up. So yeah, let's get into it real quick. Just a few. Oops. You can. I don't even know how I did that. Anyways. So here, Otterpuss is another one drop we can pop into this deck instead of Kennen, and I think there are a few different reasons for this. They both create a card in hand for discard fodder if you need it. Kennen is a 2/1 quick attacker on turn 1, which I think is really good, and almost always gets damage on turn 1. Otterpuss can provide the value of making your opponent's good cards more expensive, so you can kind of delay the Buried in Ice or the Avalanche by a turn. Otherwise, very similar 1-drop, 2-drop package. We're running one copy of Return a Wrench as kind of a repetitive discard fodder. I love Squeaker. I think it's a very good card. 2 Heroic Refrain as our pump spell of choice, and Arena Promoter as one of our high-end cards. Again, this is kind of like Squeaker to help us find some big Mecha Yordles to help finish off the game, rather than something like the 6-drop Augmented Experimenter. There are some times when Augmented Experimenter feels a little clunky in your hand, whereas like if you're trying to level your JINX, but you can't get this guy down till turn 6, and then you have to get rid of any other good cards in your hand, whatever it may be. I understand that sometimes this card can be clunky, so instead we're just going with a cheaper unit that can also find a more adaptable win condition if we need it. So overall, pretty happy with how this deck looks. I think it's an interesting take on the deck, and I'm interested to see how it does. So yeah, let's get into it and play some games. Alright, sorry about that. The dogs are all set for at least a little bit. Morgana Mordekaiser seems like a tough matchup, but we'll do what we can. They don't have too many ways to gain life outside of Morgana. At least off the top of my head. But they obviously are going to have lots of chump blockers. This is my first match on the season with this deck, so I'm not quite sure how the matchup will play out. I don't know if it's going to be very easy to beat Mordekaiser once they get him down in turn 7. But before then, I don't know if they'll be able to stop us enough if we can set up enough burn damage. They don't have any counter spells, obviously. Oh, also, getting this guy to hit bird is pretty big. I'm not gonna go in with Flame Choppers, because if I pull something, it doesn't really accomplish anything. They can just use the other one or whatever to use a Hate Spike here. I was gonna have the little puppy outside of the room for streaming today, because she always makes such a mess. I think there are more important things for me to save Mystic Shot for, so I'm not gonna try to kill the unit here. But yeah, I had her outside the room, but she got so crazy and like scratch at the door until she could come back in. So now she's just napping, and until someone gets home, hopefully she won't make too much of a ruckus.
Every mage must face their crime.
The extra HP is actually pretty brutal here. I can't discard this, right? Okay, interesting. I thought you couldn't. That'd be funny though. Well, they're probably just going to kill my chompers anyway. And he has quick attack. That's actually really brutal. I'll just start here. I don't think I'm going to... They probably want to kill chompers. And if they end the round, I'm not burning too much mana.
This will hurt a little.
Okay. I'm thinking about getting another chompers to set up here. Because there's no way for me to dump my hand next turn to level Jinx. Still too early for that. I think I'm more likely to go for the chompers play here. Rather than a squeaker into a big Yordle. Yeah, if I play Zonite Urchin instead of Squeaker, I can at least try to keep up a Mystic Shot for Jinx next turn. Right now, if they use Death's Grasp on Mage Seeker, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world to kill my Jinx here. But she's probably important enough of a card I don't want to play her until things seem a little less hectic. I think I'll just take my attack here. This is always a thing, though, with these aggro decks. Am I being too passive? But I don't want to run into a Morgana here, because we don't have a great response to that.
Life is everything.
Okay. This guy is actually such a pain. It's going to be really hard for us to kill him. And as soon as Mordekaiser comes down, I think things are going to get a little tricky. Also, I don't even think Heroic Refrain might be all that great here. It doesn't protect our Jinx from a Death's Grasp. This is actually pretty good. We can get this down on this turn so that when we play Jinx, if they ever allow us the chance to open attack, we can give her Spell Shield. Oh, that's actually pretty good with Jinx here. If I play her, we can't level her. She would just die. I guess I just start with a Mystic Shot. I don't want them to end the round here. And if I pass with this much mana, I imagine they'll just end the round.
It will all be over soon.
Oh, interesting. This is a lot of damage. I don't think I care enough, though. I think I have to just let it go. I'll just play the first Jinx. If they have a response, we know we have another one in hand at least. Oh, okay. Well, they're giving me the chance to level her at least. We could potentially deal 5 damage, put them down to 9, put them down to 6 with the rocket. If I open attack... Yeah, I don't think it's good for me. If I develop here, if they have either a Morgana or Mordekaiser, it's pretty brutal. I say brutal too much too. That's another word I say way too often. I don't actually think I say it all that frequently in real life conversation. I just say it all the time when I'm streaming. And there's no way for me to level Jinx if I don't develop. Tough decisions. I think I'm just gonna go for the... Well, Dipper's not bad either. To get the next Jink interesting. Okay, I think I'm just going to settle for the extra cards here. I could level Jinx this turn. Then we'd just kind of die next turn. No, we wouldn't have any extra card draw. I guess, yeah, okay, I don't know. This actually seems like an awful matchup. Yeah, they have so many units early in the game, and as soon as turn 7 hits, you kind of just lose, don't you? Your units can never attack again, unless you have like a Chompers here. So I guess my plan is I'm just gonna wing it, hope they don't have any interaction, and go for the burn plan. Because at least Mordekaiser's still only halfway leveled. I think I'm gonna take the risk that they don't have a Death's Grasp. They surely would have played it by now, right? There's no reason for them not to. They would have tried to stop me from getting the rocket. Obviously, I don't have the mana though, but they don't know that. She's just gonna die next turn though. Yeah, that seems like an awful matchup. Well, at least we can kill this guy if it attacks.
This will hurt a little.
Okay, so at this point we're just hoping we find another Jinx. The fearsome units here are actually kind of a problem. Alright, well, I can do this. Mordekaiser levels, but he doesn't get any of the drain from this attack. And we just go into next turn hoping we top deck Jinx. I mean, Jinx obviously might not even be enough at this point. But like Jinx into a follow-up round when we top deck a blowback or something. Alright, so let's see here. I'm really regretting not open attacking on turn 7 when they had Mordekaiser available. I probably should have just said if they had... Again, it's just a lack of experience in the matchup. But at that point, if they have Mordekaiser, I don't think I ever get another attack off. I was trying to play some Nora Elder Dragon earlier today with like the Broadmane package. Okay, this one's over. And it seemed like a really good deck, but I could not quite pull together wins. I was playing in so many aggro decks that I thought it'd be a pretty good matchup, but it did not end up going so well. I haven't actually played the Garen version of this deck in a long time. Played against it. I think Sump Dredger is too slow of a start. I like Sump Dredger here, but if that's our only play, like if we don't draw another early play, we're in a lot of trouble. And Jinx doesn't seem like she lives very long in this matchup either if they have challengers or single combats. I think I'd probably just take a more aggressive turn. That was always one of my thought processes too with like the Lulu Jinx decks. I was never quite sure if I should keep Jinx in the opener because she's like a great finisher and like such an important card to your deck, or say try to find a more aggressive curve. I'm gonna open attack here because I can at least trade with the Ram Hound. I don't want this to become a 3-3 here. Again, this actually seems like a really tough matchup. They're just gonna get so much bigger than us. Yeah, like if I developed here, we'd already been shut out of the game. Maybe this is a matchup where you need Jinx and just hope she doesn't die.
Sturdy blades, custom made.
I mean, that's a fairly slow start from them as well. This is troublesome from now on. But it's like at least at this upcoming turn, we might be able to get an attack off. We just need some way to discard a Chompers. I'm not sure if it's gonna happen.
I'm actually here. I'll do my best.
Yeah, this is not gonna go well for us. These guys are never pushing damage. I want to put them in range of Jinx's rocket. But we're not going to get the rocket for so long. Are they more likely to play Garen by then? This is just so clunky. What do we do with this? I think I'm going to have to take the gamble. We're never attacking with these guys anyways into them, so why not save our own HP? It's actually pretty good. I think I want to start here. Oof. At least this guy scales, right? I mean, I'm not seeing these guys as being impactful here. I'm sorry to disappoint,
Reporting in.
but early impressions not good for this deck. Hmm.
Have off!
What could have?
Am I just flat playing a Chompers here? I think that I just need to get them out of my hand at this point. They're almost running out of cards. It's not impossible for us to
Discipline and steel.
get out of this. We need to stop them from rallying, which we can't really stop. Oh man, this is not good. I think we're just on the defensive. I'm gonna try to get Jinx on board. Hope we can empty our hand.
Ready for deployment.
So, this is an interesting opportunity. If this last card is a pump spell, we pretty much lose the game if I try to attack with Jinx here. But we also just lose. We lose next turn anyways to the Fort Demacia if we don't try to apply some pressure.
Stand strong.
Okay, that's pretty big.
No regrets. Turn in the tanks.
Oof, the draws just don't feel very good here.
Stand strong.
Got this from a side quest.
I can't even level Jinx again. This is brutal. I mean, this is horrific. Alright, can we kill anything at least?
How about a discount?
Back off, baddies.
Okay, I just have to take a gamble that this isn't a strike spell.
The teeth means they like you.
Brutal. Okay. Wow. Two very embarrassing games so far.
Boo.
I don't know. I personally, I've played enough Jinx in the past to know at least most games when it feels like it's a bad matchup, you can at least push it close. These don't feel close. Like, really bad, just instantly shot down early in the game. I mentioned this at the beginning of the season. I feel like a lot of the decks are just going to get too big too fast for aggro to be a real strategy. And at least for Jinx aggro like this, it certainly seems like it might be the case. And again, it's just 2 games, so I don't want to shut it out entirely, because it does have a 54% win rate.
Got this from a side. No backing down.
It's just so far not quite living up to it for us. This is a good curve though. This is One drop into Boom Baboon into some treasure with the Flame Chompers is about as good as we can get.
Fix my stage first or my lyrics. So much to do.
I was gonna say Caustic Rift would scare us a little bit here, but now that they played Seraphine, I'm not actually too afraid of anything. If they have a Caustic Rift, it's obviously still good for them here, but we get to push a little bit of damage at least. I'm gonna take my attack. Maybe this is a little bit aggressive, but we're an aggro deck, right? That's what we do. I'm doing this because I'm assuming these guys are gonna die at some point to a Caustic Rift or something like this. Yeah. So like, if I do this, it forces more. It gives us more value than just letting them sit here forever and ever until they get hit by Caustic Rift, just because I'm afraid of them blocking with Seraphine. Because now at least we can actually, you know, get rid of Seraphine at some point, rather than letting this copy sit around for however long. And it forces them to use a high note on my one drop rather than a more important unit. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know if I've seen that one before. Oh, it was created. I was like, how did that get in their deck? Okay. Now Caustic Rift would be a little scary, so I'm going to try to keep up Mystic Shot for most of the game here. Is there anything we can find with Squeaker? I do want to play Squeaker here instead of Arena Promoter. Maybe not, actually. I think this is better. We only really need to keep up the 2 mana for Mystic Shot for some kind of crazy blowout damage spell. Whereas Squeaker is not an exceptional attacker here. Even if we don't find a unit to play with Arena Promoter, which we do, Fourthly Tough on its own is really good against PNZ Targon here. With 2 mana, any damage spell would kill Bouncer and Bolt anyways. Okay. So like a Mystic Shot here wouldn't actually do anything.
Are you prepared?
They almost certainly know they're throwing away this Morgana. I have to get rid of her eventually. I don't really have the stuns to play around her for an entire game. I was thinking about playing a Seraphine deck. I was thinking about Seraphine Set or Seraphine Morgana. I never know what to do when I'm picking decks. I usually just pick like something, whatever I'm in the mood for. Because, you know, I never know how much I should cater to the people. Because, oh shoot, this guy is literally unplayable. That's kind of funny. Well, let's see if we can find Dune Hopper mech. Heck yeah, dude. Interesting. And it's pretty good they don't have Morgana in hand again. Or like, they don't. The odds of them having another Morgana are pretty low. That this guy's most likely going to get an attack off. And we keep up a pump spell to play around a Mystic Shot or High Note here. This is kind of funny. I think I'm pretty happy to see them spend that there.
Constellations are stories in the sky.
No, the question is, I think I'm going to pull the Moondreamer. Because even if they block here, I can just use a Heroic Refrain. And all of a sudden they're looking in a pretty tough spot.
Sing with me. How about a duet?
Pain must be felt.
I could just put them down to 2. Oh, yeah, we just win, right? I don't know where my math was wrong. I didn't even think that would be. I thought I'd put them down to 2 if I used Heroic Refrain on these two. I don't know what the heck I'm thinking. Oh, because it kills them before Morgana gains the lifesteal. That's right. I was like, surely my math wasn't that bad, right? Alright, 1 win down. Yeah, this one seems tough. I'm not sure if this is even like a playable deck with so many of the Mordekaiser decks running around. I'll try the Radiant Promoter in the main hand. Keep what's the term? In the opener? There we go. I was thinking about Sejuani. I really like Sejuani. I just don't know if she's got playable decks at the moment. I was looking at the standard meta earlier and I didn't really see any standard Sejuani decks. I'm gonna wait a turn or two to play the prank until they play some of their low-cost units.
And if it helps.
And we're less likely to hit those. What am I trying to accomplish here? I don't want them to use Hate Spike here. I'm gonna try to get them to kill my Outerpuss. Do I want to throw away my Chompers here? I don't think I do. And I don't want them to use this to chump block and Hate Spike. Like, I'd rather force them to throw away a real unit there. Oh, wait, what? Whoa, 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 whoa. I missed something. I thought this card gave impact. Was that a previous iteration of the card, or am I just going insane? I for sure thought Return of Wrench gave a unit. Again, Heroic Refrain, I don't know if it's that important in this matchup.
Broken gears and lots of tears. One night only. This will hurt a little.
This card is also so good against aggro. We're just walking into a Morgana too. They did nerf it? Okay. Yeah, I was like, I literally didn't even read the card because I totally forgot about that nerf. I for sure thought this gave impact.
Oh, take a flyer.
This is, yeah, I don't know. I'm very turned off by these whole Jinx aggro idea in this current meta. I don't know. There's so all these shackles even are so difficult for us to deal with. Like, we have to spend 6 mana here just to get our guys out of here. I don't know. And then this happens. Oof. Okay. I can get Jinx down here. Then what? Again, at some point when we're gonna try to level this Jinx, we're gonna have to spend 6 mana just to get these things out of our hand, which is really frustrating. I think I'm just gonna go Suppression, Boom Baboon, and then use Blowback to kill the Challengers so they don't kill our Dunehopper mech. I almost missed that. I think that's actually an okay play here. If they try to kill this guy.
It will all be over soon.
Oh, okay. This is also a lot of damage coming our way. Should I care about that at all? Like, should I take this trade? This is probably what he's just going to end up attacking into anyways, right? And I could do this just to get an extra discard target in hand. Do I want an extra discard target in hand? Not really. I think I'd rather just take the damage. Oh, oopsies. Yeah, I missed math. Thank goodness they didn't go after this guy. I totally messed up that math too. Well, let's see. I think I'm just going to let this go. The fact that this makes it so much harder to level Jinx is really frustrating. Next turn we'll have 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. So, puts us down to 6. Down to 2 mana. Oof. I could play Jinx next turn. That runs into Mordekaiser. Oh, I totally should have killed this guy. Yeah. I should have just taken the extra damage. Because this guy actually works really well with Mordekaiser. Well, I can just set up an open attack. With my Dunehopper mech. Again, I don't think we're winning if we do that. I think I messed up. I think this double punishes us. I hate that. Okay, anyways. If they have Mordekaiser here, we're in a lot of trouble. Because now I accidentally just gave them the 2 best targets in their deck. If I open attack, they just kill this anyway. We push like 4 damage potentially. That doesn't seem very impactful. They get leveled Mordekaiser down in a turn or 2. Oh well. I'm going to wing it and hope they don't have Mordekaiser.
Like buildings or people.
This is what I mean though. This feels awful when we can't even push any damage in the early game. Like, we're not getting any progress made into this matchup. And their late game is just perfectly suited to stop us. I'm going to have to do this. I can't take another 4 mana here in the extra copies and blockers. I'm going to have to just leave this guy back for another turn. Sure. Oh no. Alright, and Morgana's going to level here, kill my dude. Yeah, this one's another one. Oof. I wish Scouts was good. I don't think that one's any better. Scouts just seems like it's another one where it's too slow into the current meta. Yeah, it has an okay win rate. Probably not enough to try if you're trying to climb though. Oh, what was the other deck I was thinking? Oh yeah, Vayne Aatrox. Aatrox Morgana Vayne, that's kind of cool. All right, let's see what we're doing here.
The waters give you life, child.
Oh, Squeak has a fascinating draw here. Potentially lets us level up Jinx incredibly quickly. But I guess if I go Boom Baboon, I still have 2 discard outlets. Okay, sure. I don't think the 3-2 stat line particularly matters. Oh, it's this deck again. I got destroyed by this deck the other day. This is just, it's so good. This deck is, like, these Shadow Isles cards right now are so good at defeating aggro decks. They can Shadow Block with Hate Spikes and Death's Grasps and drawing cards and summoning multiple units and suppressing us. Like, everything just feels really set against... Obviously, the suppress unit isn't specifically. This is another one that's horrendous for aggro decks. Jinx can't even attack into that next turn. And again, we have to spend 4 mana to get rid of these cards in our hand. I don't know. This feels pretty brutal. I'm not a fan of this deck at the moment. I wish it was. I love this deck, but I don't think we're getting anywhere with this. I'm just going to use my unit mana efficiently and hope that's enough. Because next turn I at least have a decent open attack if I blow all my mana on these terrors and then we get blown out by just a 2 mana hate spike. I'll start here. Ooh, that's pretty interesting. That allows our Jinx attack. I think that might be worth it. You can't discard the curses. At least I'm pretty sure. I know you can't discard some of the other ones. Yeah, you can't discard the curses. Alright, well, this at least forces their hand, so I know before I attack whether or not my units can get in there. At least, maybe these count as created cards, right? That's kind of funny. I'm just going to throw away my first Chompers here. And I want to give Spell Shield to Jinx, even if she doesn't need it to attack into these guys. I just don't want them to be able to play a Hate Spike here or something. I want to force them to chump block. I don't know, it's so taxing on our mana to try to get rid of these in order to level our Jinx as well. I'm just going to keep taking this damage. I don't think there's any reason for me to be defensive here. I also don't know what Titanic units are playing besides Mordekaiser here. I don't remember what the matchup was. Oh. They might be waiting for me to tap below that mana to kill Jinx. Yeah, so I can't replay her right here. That's fine though. I can still get some treasure on board. Oops. I thought I had a full board. What was I thinking? Obviously that was a punt. Okay, well, that's silly. Oh well. Oh well. I would have had to override a unit anyways, so it worked out okay. It just meant we drew one less card. And again, they have to react right now with a spell before I give her Spell Shield. If it's another Vengeance, that's really annoying. This does not feel like the meta to play Jinx. And what are we supposed to do? We can't even attack into these things. Those decks are just too good at stalling. After this game, it's like, I don't think I'm getting anywhere with this. I have no clue how this deck has a good win rate. I feel like really lost. Oh, that's Titanic unit, right? Okay. Well, I'm gonna start with getting rid of these. At least they're buffs to Squeaker, right? Poor little guy getting in there. And what do I do? Jeepers, I don't even know what to do anymore. I'm gonna have to take another gamble that they don't have a way to kill Jinx here. At least next turn we might be able to push a decent amount of damage. And get maybe out Jinx Rocket. Ah, shoot. Well, I'm just gonna have to waste this heroic refrain. Worst things could happen. Well, I'm definitely taking my open attack. Because I instantly give Jinx Spell Shield. And I don't think there's any way for them to stop Jinx from leveling this turn then, because they can't kill her in combat here unless they have double spells. And as soon as I get an action, I can just Zana Urchin. Or if they do something here, I can go Mystic Shot, then afterwards play Zana Urchin without having to get rid of the 2 points of burn. Okay. Well, this pushes 4 damage. I'll do that. And again, anything here that they're wasting trying to kill my 4-3, they're at least not spending on my Jinx, which gives us a much better chance of finishing off the game next turn. Because I don't think their deck runs any lifesteal then, outside of that Mordekaiser attack trigger. So this should be the game then. Yeah, the biggest summary here is that out of all the games we played, if we win this, which I think we will, it took us until turn 9. When I was playing Gnar Darius, I won on turn 5 several times. Like, that's the difference between these decks right now. And all these other games weren't even close for us.
I'm on a roll. Anything else? Stick your lip out and give them puppy eyes. Trust me.
Alright, I'll be 2 seconds. I'm still going to be here at my computer. I just need to send a text real quick. Meanwhile, I'm going to go to the Darius Gnar deck because this felt pretty bad. Poor Jinx, I feel bad. I love that deck so much, but I'm afraid right now is not the time. Yeah, you're gone. Alright, here we go. We got Darius Gnar. And like I said, I'll be back in 2 seconds. Alright, anyways, let's see here. This is the popular Darius Gnar deck running around. 58% win rate, I believe, on the ladder. The reason I was excited to try this was I think Glacial Saurion's a really cool card, and I haven't played it too much outside of that Nico Warden of the Tribes deck that came along a while ago. I think big overwhelm units that draw you cards, pretty good. We also have 3 of the Red Barbed Razor Mace. I have not actually been too impressed with this card in my games. It's very rarely I've had it actually hit the opponent's Nexus, but it reads very well, right? Like, it looks like it's a very impressive card. And this is like, even the games I've played against Red Barbed Razor Mace, I've only ever taken 1 damage from Icar. But I think it's certainly a card that's worth experimenting with. And since I don't have a ton of games on the deck, I do think it could be good. I just want to get more playtime with it. Udolski Snowdog is the other crazy good card. This fits in like every Freljord archetype. So getting this is the card that's really burnt me. More so than either Glacial Saurian or Red Barbed Razor Mace, has literally just been Yadolski Snowdog attacking on turn 2, attacking on turn 4, and then they pay at turn 5 Tusk Speaker, even like a 2-mana 5/4 Overwhelm. Like even just our little units become crazy good, and that's the biggest problem for me lately when I've been playing against this deck. So yeah, it seems like a really impressive aggro archetype right now, whereas Jinx did not feel that way. I really love the Nora decks. That's my jam at the moment. I've been playing a lot of Nora. Nora Elder Dragon. Good curve. I would switch this to a Yudolski Snowdog if our Omen Hawks hits it. But otherwise, Tusk Speaker plus Iron Ballista is about the best we could ask for. You can see how little I've played Darius in my life. This is a nice hit for a future point. Right now it doesn't accomplish much. But for example, turn 4, if we top deck another Iron Ballista, we could go Iron Ballista plus Saboteur instead of just Gnar. Because that would be a better immediate onboard impact compared to just an unleveled Gnar. Yeah, like this is actually kind of interesting now. Those are stacking up to be a pretty good turn on like turn 5 if we get even like a 2-drop to go with them. I want to swing in here. There's no reason not for me to be aggressive. We still push a ton of overwhelm damage, and they don't want to block with these units. At this point I'm going to play Gnar, and we can go into turn 5. Yeah, this is pretty interesting. We'll be able to play 3 units next turn. That's not great. That really makes Gnar look not good. I still think I need to play Gnar here. There's no way for me to play Gnar next turn and keep up Decisive Maneuver. Unless I don't play... If I only play 1 unit this turn. The odds of them hitting portals off the top, though, are pretty good. So I don't even think I should try to open attack. The odds of them getting portals probably stimmy that anyways. So I'm just going to try to go for the biggest board development I can, rather than like developing these guys and open attacking. That'd be a good line if they didn't hit any portals. If they do this, I think I might take this block, because it's a decent amount of damage, but it allows these guys to attack next turn, and that seems pretty important. I think this is actually worth it. There's an argument it's not, but none of our units are attacking through that anyways next turn, so I'm gonna have to sacrifice a unit anyway. This elites let a lot of my units attack. That's actually really interesting. If we had a way to activate Pirouette or Plunder, I could just go Omen Hawk Saboteur and see what they do, because that leaves up the option to play Ruthless Raider or Pirouette depending on how they approach it. Surely they're going to play something here, right? What do they have? Like a Wallop maybe they could hold on to? Bard has some stun in his deck, right? Okay. Well, I think I'm just going to go Ruthless Raider then. I'm okay if they block with any of these units, because they can't kill my Gnar. I'm a little surprised they didn't block with this. I don't think I should waste a Pirouette just to kill this here. At this point, Darius is also a good draw. This guy seems problematic too. I think I'm just gonna try to go decisive maneuver next turn. I don't think they have any slow speed stuns. So I'm just gonna try to get them to do something. Now I'm just gonna like deal 2, stun, whatever is blocking there, right? And that should be lethal. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this should be fine. Unless they have a stun of their own.
This would be a good winter.
Wow, the fact that that's lethal is insane. Alright, GG. Aurelion Soul Morgana. This seems like another tough one. It's Targon, so they're gonna have the little cosmic shepherdling. Ooh, let's try this guy. That seems good. Ooh, okay, look at this curve. If Snowdog hits a 3-drop, or I guess it'd be a 4-drop, right? But this is more impressive than a Tusk Speaker in this matchup, because Tusk Speaker just runs into Cosmic Youngling without even killing him. So Yadulski Snowdog at least gets the attack trigger. So this turn I am going to develop. I don't think for 4 mana they have anything here that scares me. I think I want to get this guy down to 2 HP. Because they have to trade if they want to block here at least. Or like sacrifice the unit. So over here they're taking more damage by trying to keep their Shepherd alive, or yeah, Cosmic Youngling alive. Which obviously makes sense. But it's going to be hard for them to kill this. Okay, sure. Like they're down to 12 HP here. Our next few units should be pretty buffy. Oof.
We live in times of wonder.
I need a good unit here. That'll do. I think this is already taking too long though. They just have so much healing. That's really annoying.
Come no further.
I don't even know if that's the right unit to save there, or if I should have frozen this. I think it might be more important to keep an extra unit on board. Like, he pushes more damage in the long run by himself and getting stats than by killing Youngling. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but that was my reasoning for it. At this point, we just need units. We haven't drawn many though, so Snowdog is getting all the triggers. At this point, I'm running out of units. I need to just keep my guys alive. I think this game's over though. I don't know. This meta just does not seem fit for aggro. Or I'm just playing it horrendously. If we top deck a Darius, is there any way for us to get him leveled on the attack swing? No, I don't think so. Yeah, this seems kind of impossible at this point. I don't know. He's just gonna... Yeah, okay. I'm gonna get him on board, but I don't think there's any way we're winning this. Again, I probably mis-sequenced my attacks. Alright, GG's everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Unfortunately, not the best games. Sorry about that. It was an important learning process for me, though. I hadn't seen enough of that in my own experience to really feel out the meta in like the aggro decks. So I thought it was an interesting experience at the very least. Got to see some different builds. I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully for a nice long stream, and hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you next time.